Hello to all and welcome to my channel Roseology. I hope this video finds you in amazing spirits. Thank you so much for visiting me today. So this video is for all of my Aries out there that are Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And in this reading, we're going to be checking out the energetic forecast for the month of June. So we're going to be covering everything from your finances to career, love, family, the challenges, overall energy, and even a message for the month. Now, I think it's important to remember that this is a general reading for all of my Aries out there. So to get the most out of this reading, it's going to be really important for you to be intuitively connected so you can discern which parts of this message are meant for you. So it'll kind of be like we're doing this reading together in a sense, and to help you guys access your own intuitive and psychic headspace, I'm going to be offering a 20-second meditation. So if you'd like to participate in that, go on ahead and get into a nice calm space, and we'll go on ahead and jump into this meditation right now. All right, so hopefully that 20-second meditation was enough time for you guys to get intuitively synced in. If not, feel free to pause this video. Also, don't forget to check out your Moon, Rising, and Venus sign videos that I've linked down below for you guys so you can have an even more detailed overview for the month of June. So you can head down to the description box for all those links if you're interested in that. But again, thank you guys so much for visiting me. This means the moon to me. Now let's go on ahead and get into this reading before August gets here. So the very first card that we have is the High Priestess, then the Moon, then the Queen of Cups, Three of Wands, Divine Wisdom, Five of Pentacles, and the 10 of Swords. That's a really pretty card, actually. And the first thing that I'm seeing in terms of the finances, starting with this High Priestess card in reverse over here, is I'm kind of getting the feeling here that for some of my Aries to be very careful about being irresponsible with your finances for the month of June, making sure that you're really not compensating for something deeper with money or with finances or with buying things like, you know, retail therapy or something like that. Because for me, this High Priestess is representative of some imbalance. There's a need to, for some of my Aries here to really go deep and discover whatever it is that's actually causing this imbalance of the polarities here. And I believe that you really are going to need to go deep for the month of June to figure out exactly what the problem is. You're going to want to go deep to solve these money issues because it's deeper than just like, oh, I just like spending money. For some of you, it's actually in direct correlation to this deeper imbalance or these deeper issues that you're trying to compensate with money by buying things, by spending money. So really don't try to like sedate or cope with your issues with your finances, because it's going to cause your finances to really take like a kind of go belly up for some of my Aries here for the month of June. So be really careful about that. And like I said, just know that it's actually something deeper going on with you. There's some deeper imbalance issues. This next card here being the card of your career, and this Moon card being in reverse, have for me feeling it felt like somebody was feeling lost with choosing a direction in your career. So it's kind of like you're feeling as if you really don't have much direction, maybe even purpose, maybe even like motivation really within your job anymore. It's kind of as if you've lost that like flair for your job or your career, whatever it is you focus most of your time on. So this doesn't have to be like for some of you that don't necessarily have like a career, maybe it's just a 9 to 5, or maybe you're trying to get something started, or maybe you are an artist, whatever it is you focus most of your time on and you would like to make a living off of, that is what I'm referring to when I talk about the career. So just wanted to say that really quickly, but I'm seeing it feels as if for some of my Aries here for the month of June, it's gonna you guys are gonna be kind of dealing with this energy of your job just not really feeling right. It just, something is gonna feel off. So it just seems like you're gonna maybe need to redirect your course, finding a reason to get excited about your career again, finding a connection with your job and your career again. And then moving on over here to this Queen of Cups, which is representative of your love life, I saw somebody that is like a muse. So I don't know if some of my Aries here, you guys may be like an artist or something like that, but I was kind of seeing with this Queen of Cups like a muse. Like I was almost seeing like in a way for some of my Aries, you guys really romanticizing someone or romanticizing the idea of someone or the relationship with someone. For me, it felt like for some of my Aries, reliving the past, looking at your past with like this lens where you're not being too honest about your past. You're not being too honest with yourself about your past. So another thing that I was getting with this Queen of Cups is for my Aries to really take June as a time to reconnect with yourself, reconnect with spirit, because there's going to be like a lot of feelings of just kind of like head in the clouds when it comes to your emotions, where you're feeling very connected to your emotions more so than usual. As well as I was also getting the feeling that getting into metaphysics for the month of June is going to be something that's extremely eye-opening, as well as getting involved in the healing arts, I believe is really going to help. But it really kind of looks like for some of my Aries, you're going to be kind of longing for the past or missing someone possibly. But just be honest about yourself if that's like a healthy person or relationship or situation or not. You would know best. Moving on here to this Three of Wands, this is dealing with your family. And the thing that I heard very clearly with this Three of Wands here is you're finally going to be getting somewhere with your family, with your loved ones, your close loved ones. It's as if you're finally going to learn how to kind of properly maneuver around your family, so that the way they're not causing too much stress and anxiety on you, or too much, or causing your temper to flare up or your anger to come out or anything like that. It's as if you're kind of going to get a grip on like, okay, this is how I need to deal with them. This is how I need to speak with them. This is how I need to interact with them, basically, in order to really free up any sort of stress and anxiety on you. Another thing as well that I heard with this Three of Wands very clearly is that some of my Aries for the month of June may even choose to step away from their family for the month. You guys may come to some sort of realization that, yeah, you know what, kind of stressing me out, don't really feel like dealing with it, don't want to deal with it, don't need to deal with it, nope, I'm out, or not I'm out, but just kind of like I need to spend a little less time with them and a little more time with myself if they're bringing these kind of like negative sort of emotions out of you. Moving on to this Divine Wisdom over here, and this is going to be dealing with the challenges that you're going to be facing in the month of June. And as far as the challenges go, I'm seeing literally the thing that I heard when I saw this Divine Wisdom card is that healing is painful. Healing is not the easiest thing to do. It's not always this like state of like bliss where you're just running through, sunflowers and the wind in your hair and the sun in your back. It's not necessarily like that. Healing is actually painful. It's just like when you get a scar or something and that scar has to heal, or a broken bone or something and that bone has to heal. It can be painful. And that's why, honestly, a lot of people like to try to avoid the healing process, or try to avoid, kind of revisiting old issues and old wounds, because they know that those feelings, those old emotions, that old pain is going to get kind of it's going to kind of reemerge, it's going to kind of get swept back up and brought up to the surface. But that's the only way to deal with things, is to go through them. And so what I was seeing with this Divine Wisdom is like many of my Aries knowing what it is that you guys need to do, but not necessarily wanting to do it. So there's like a lot of things kind of lying dormant that needs to resurface. It needs to be activated. That the way it can instill balance by you dealing with it. So, it's really a good time to ask yourself, like, are your views changing? What is changing about you? What is changing about the way that you're seeing others, the way that you're interacting with others, the way that you're consuming energies and things like that, the things that are in your environment? Are these things having an effect on you, an influence on you? Are they manipulating your energy? What exactly are they doing to you? And what about your perception? What about your point of view is changing when it comes to these things? And then moving on here to the Five of Pentacles, this is dealing with the overall energy for the month. And I was seeing somebody that was desperately looking for refuge. I'm saying that for many of my Aries for the month of June, you guys are just going to kind of be like, you know what? I really kind of don't feel like dealing with this month. I don't feel like dealing with it. I don't want to deal with it. And I see you guys really kind of wanting to escape, which is what I was feeling very heavily with this Five of Pentacles. Like, I just need to go somewhere where I can escape and get away from all of this feeling. It's going to be kind of like you looking for a place of refuge, a place of refuge or a place to hide where you can kind of wait out the storm. But another thing that this really is saying to me is that you guys really need to, that you really need to be able to reach out and ask for help, whether that is with a loved one, a family member, a romantic partner, a friend, a coworker, your spirit guides, angels, spirit himself, source. It is going to be really imperative that you reach out and ask for help. I know my Aries really don't like to do that. You guys have a lot of pride in yourselves, and you guys especially have a lot of pride in yourselves when it comes to solving your own issues and solving your own problems. But sometimes, we're human and we need help, and that's okay. And I'm really saying that it's going to be important for you guys to just reach out and ask for help from somewhere, because it does seem as if this is going to get a little burdensome for the month of June. So it's going to be really important to kind of have that place that you can go back to and kind of put your feet up and relax, because this is going to be a lot of work getting done throughout the month of June for very many of my Aries. It's going to be a lot of work rebalancing yourself, because there's so much imbalance right now. And like I said, it's stemming from a deeper rooted issue that hasn't necessarily been activated. It hasn't necessarily been dealt with. It's just been kind of pushed down. So this is why it's resurfacing right now for many of my Aries. And it's just all about asking for help. Okay. And really ask yourself, like, what burdens or triggers do you have? What sort of responsibilities, what sort of things need your attention right now? As well as also the Five of Pentacles can allude to a lack in the department of your finances, which we're seeing here with this High Priestess in reverse, as well as with this Moon in reverse, is what I was getting with these two cards over here. Reach out, ask for help. Don't be worried about the fact that you had to ask someone for help. It's totally okay, and if anything, it's really going to be able to, it's going to make the month of June a little bit more bearable and a little easier for my Aries here. Don't be worried about people judging you. Don't be worried about rejection, anything like that. And if you feel as though there's nobody that you can trust, reach out to your spirit guides, reach out to spirit, ask for help. This is exactly what our spirit guides are around for, this is the message for the month. And the message for the month for my Aries for the month of June is to let go, surrender to what it is that you're feeling. Stop trying to be in control. You are you're too weighed down. You're too burdened. And when you're weighed down, when you're feeling burdened, you can't fly. You can't move. You can't grow. You can't do anything. You can't live even. You can't breathe. You got 10 swords and you can't even breathe. And that is what is making it feel as if the walls are kind of closing in on you. So you really need to surrender. You really need to let go. Make sure that you are spending time alone, meditating, whether that's like meditating, prayer, writing, taking a walk by yourself, something where it's like you can get alone, get to yourself, and get to this place where it's like you're really reaching out, you're genuinely reaching out to spirit or wherever, and you're asking for guidance. Whatever question it is that you have, get that question in your mind. Know exactly what it is that you're reaching out to spirit for, and ask for help. Say, hey, how do I get through this? What do I need to release right now? What do I need to do to get through this? What do I need to do to get through this time? What do I need to do to make this time a little bit easier? Really, what is it that I need to do? The reason why your back is getting pushed against the wall for some of my Aries for the month of June here is because you are refusing the universe's help. You refuse to acknowledge the things that the universe has been consistently putting back in front of your face for you to deal with. So for many of my Aries that have chosen not to deal with certain things, the month of June is going to put them right in front of your face. And I've been saying that for the last few reads for my Aries for the last couple of months here, is like the universe is just constantly putting something in your face that you really need to deal with, that you're trying not to deal with. You're trying to avoid it, but the universe is like, no, I don't need you to avoid this. I need you to deal with this so we can move on, so you can get some balance and we can move on to the better things. You know what I mean? So, and while you're meditating or taking some time alone, once you get into this place of like where you're feeling peaceful, once you get into this place where you feel as if you release something, you may even need to just cry. You might not even know why you're crying. Crying is so purifying. It is so cleansing to the soul. It is it is something that, like, I don't know why people are like, oh my goodness, you're crying, like, calm down, you don't want to make yourself sick, don't cry. I don't know why people are so against crying, when crying is one of the body's ways to naturally purify itself. It's salt water, you know what I mean? So, but it's not just the body that's purifying itself, it's the soul, it's your emotions, it's your heart that's purifying itself, it's your spirit that's purifying itself. And so even if you need to cry, whatever it is you need to do to release this energy, to release this emotion, let it all out. You know what I mean? And when you feel that release, that's how you're going to know, okay, I'm done. I can get through this, you know? So this may be something where it's like you need to go back for a few sessions of crying and, you know, until you feel as if you completely released it. But once you feel that release, that's how you're going to know that you're done. So let's go on ahead and move on to you guys' oracle cards. The very first one that we have here is Golden Egg. And Golden Egg deals with the heart chakra, and the heart chakra is all about healing. It's all about healing yourself and healing others as well. But the thing with the heart chakra is that when we are in balance, if that heart chakra is in balance, our soul is in balance, everything else is in balance. So it's really going to be important to really focus on the heart chakra for the month of June for my Aries here. So really focus on, if you're big on meditating, if you're big on doing yoga, things like that, even like sound healing, things like that, vibrational frequencies, vibrational waves, things like that, any sort of healing, really make sure that you're focusing it on your heart, because there needs to be a release of emotions. There needs to be a release of energy for sure for my Aries for the month of June. The next two cards that we have here is Azeztulite. I love that name. And Halite. And Azeztulite is all about cosmic evolution, which to me is all about your evolution. So you can even ask your guides. Sometimes I do this right before bed. I'll ask my my guardian angels, you know, for a DNA upgrade while I'm sleeping. And basically all that is like where they are kind of changing your vibrational frequency, so that the way you can operate on a higher vibrational frequency. So when you wake up in the morning, you know, you're feeling better. A lot of people, they don't prepare for the nighttime. They don't prepare for the next day at night in an energetic sort of way. So ask your angels, ask your guides, hey, you know, I need help feeling better. I feel like I've been going through a lot lately, and I'm scared that tomorrow's going to be same old kind of like bullshit, and I'm you know, I need help. They will literally work on you throughout the night while you're sleeping. They'll work on your soul and your spirit. That the way you're healing, you're actually healing at night. You're healing while you're asleep, and that the way you wake up in better spirits, you know. And then Halite is also another stone that's considered the master cleanser. It's all about releasing toxic emotions, releasing toxic energy to create balance. So one thing that I would say about this Halite card is, if you do need a complete like kind of a remodeling of your spirit, your soul, your energetic field, to start with the physical, you know, start with your home. Start by decluttering and cleansing your home. See how that makes you feel. And then once you kind of get into that space where you've decluttered, you cleansed your home, you're probably going to feel better on a more energetic plane as well. And once you kind of get to that place where you're like, I feel more relaxed at home, then you're going to be able to more easily connect and get access to source and spirit, and get access to this heart chakra, and really do the healing that needs to be done. The very next card that we have here is Why. Yeah. So you're really going to be in a space where it's just like, I don't understand why this is happening. I don't understand why this keeps happening. It's because the universe needs you to deal with it. The universe really wants you to deal with this as well. Trust me, the universe doesn't want to keep putting this right back in your face. The universe is all about flowing. It doesn't like to keep revisiting the same old things over and over and over again. But if we're not dealing with those things, the universe has no choice but to keep revisiting the same old things over and over and over again. And then with the final three cards that we have here being Gratitude, Facade, and Forgiveness. These two cards right here are dealing with the third eye chakra, and this Facade card is dealing with the solar plexus chakra. And the solar plexus chakra is where our identity of the self is most prevalent. And with the third eye chakra, it's kind of, you know, it's the third eye, it's pineal gland. It's what we see with our mind's eye, or what we see intuitively, what we sense more than what we actually physically see. What I'm seeing with this forgiveness here is that by allowing yourself to go through this healing process, it is going to be such a profound change within your energetic field, within your spirit, within your soul, within your life. It's going to be such a profound change, because you're finally going to release toxic emotions, toxic energy, and you're finally going to allow in the right type of energy. And I believe that's how the gratitude card ties in here with this forgiveness card, is by releasing certain toxic emotions through maybe forgiving someone. Artistry could be through artistic outlets. It could be through crying. It could be through talking. It could be through going to finally see someone. Maybe you're gonna maybe you finally say, you know what, I want to find a therapist or something like that. It's something where you kind of get more in alignment with who you are, but you're doing it through a space of receiving help from some other place, from somewhere else. But you can't do this alone. Don't try to do this alone. It's too much. It's much too much. You're human. It's okay to ask for help. Just remember that. And then with this facade over here, you know, don't try to carry the facade like you're okay, because you're human. It's okay to ask for help. It is okay to need assistance. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. And you're doing yourself a disservice by telling yourself that you have to do things on your own, because you definitely don't. And you know, I understand, especially for some of my Aries out there, you may be used to going at life alone. You may be used to having to figure out things alone, but there comes a time within everyone's life, whether you're used to doing things alone or not, where, you know, you need the rest of your pack. You don't always have to be a lone wolf. You're going to need the rest of your pack. You're going to need someone else. You're going to need something else. You're going to need support from somewhere else. And that is absolutely okay. So this is all that I'm seeing from my Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, even Venus. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I pray that this reading brought you guys some more clarity and hopefully some strength for the month of June coming up here. Thank you guys so much for visiting my channel, Roseology. Hopefully you guys come back to see me again soon. But other than that, I'm praying that you guys have an amazing June. Work on that healing. Be strong. Keep the faith. And I'll be back next time. Okay? Bye, guys.